It is often said in healing communities that healing is dependent on forgiveness. Unfortunately, giving forgiveness too soon can have consequences. It can lead to emotional suppression, which can lead to physical pain or even illness, or it can make a victim feel guilty over their inability to forgive. It can also disconnect you from your intuition, which is communicated to you through your feelings. Forgiveness is not necessarily to give pardon. It is not saying that what the other person did is okay. But forgiveness does do something very special for a person who has been wronged. It frees them from the weight of the crime. Forgiveness is a natural occurrence that happens as a byproduct of other important work and steps that must happen first. It is the flower that emerges once the soil has been nurtured and cared for. You cannot force genuine forgiveness before it is ready to blossom. You can choose to forgive if you feel that you're ready to, but even in choosing to forgive, you cannot skip over important steps in the process. Just like any wound on the physical body, you can set up ideal conditions to help it heal. Cleaning the wound, wrapping, and protecting the wound will help it to heal, while leaving the wound exposed to dirt and other influences can slow down the healing. In working with clients for over the last 15 years, many of whom were molested, raped, robbed, and deeply betrayed, both big and small, I've observed what helps a person to bloom with forgiveness, and I would like to share with you today. But before I do, I want to tell you that you do not have to forgive if you're not ready to. It is okay if you don't feel ready to forgive. If that is you, then how would it feel to accept it? Sometimes our pain comes from not being able to accept what has happened in our lives. If you do not want to forgive, accepting it can help you to do some of the work of clearing the anger and the pain that comes with denial. If acceptance is a good initial step and it feels better to you right now than forgiveness, then this video is going to help you too. And you can still do so much healing. So, what are the ideal conditions that lead to emotional forgiveness, and how can you acquire them? You've got to work with changing your perception on what has occurred. This is called reframing. It is to change the meaning of something in your life and how it has impacted you. It is big work. The act of reframing, as powerful, is something that is seen in people that have a lot of resilience, which resilience is a quality that enables somebody to thrive despite grave circumstances or trauma. In one story, a man shared where he was held as a prisoner of war for many years in solitary confinement. He actually credited the experience with making him a better person and a better father. While working to reframe and to change your perception and make a new meaning out of what has happened, it is important first to grieve, to let yourself cry or be angry. When you're offended or hurt or violated and something that was yours is taken away or changed or damaged, you have to mourn the loss of it and grieve. It is important to grieve and lament. In my experience, it is ritual that helps us to grieve, accept, and reframe. And ritual is something that just really lacks in our society. We have a few standing rituals like weddings, birthdays, and funerals, but none that really help us to lament when we've been crossed or when something deep within us has been robbed from us. To help with reframing, I'm going to teach you how to do a powerful ritual that you can do at any time. In healing, it can help to speak to the person who wronged you. It doesn't mean that you need to speak to them face to face. Because the subconscious mind doesn't know time or space, you can actually call that person to you energetically and speak directly to them without them even being physically present. So today I'm going to give you a grieving ritual for forgiveness that you can do on your own in your home that can give you the same experience as actually talking to the person in a safe space. To begin, set up your room so that it supports you. I recommend a vase of flowers and a candle to help beautify the space and set the tone and intention. And also bring a rock to the ritual as well. You can ask a loved one or a friend to be there for you for additional support if you need to. You can also do this with the assistance of a therapist who's there to support you as well. So then you're going to hold the rock in your hand, close your eyes, and set your intention. Your intention could be just to express your anger, loss, grief to this person, or if you feel ready, it can be to forgive them. Do deep breathing while laying on your back for about 10 minutes. Breathe in through the nose and exhale the breath out your mouth. And then at the next exhalation, release the sound ah. Ah is the sound of release. Ah is the sound of letting go. Ah is telling every cell in your body that it's okay. It's okay to release. It's okay to let go. It's okay to let go of old patterns that no longer serve. Ah is the sound of release. After 10 minutes of breathing this way, you're going to come to a sitting position. And now it is time to invoke the presence of your perpetrator. But before you do that, you need to make sure that you protect yourself with a spiritual prayer of your religion or spiritual practice. Make sure that you ask for the protection of your God, your spiritual guide, your angels, whomever you're familiar to with in your religion or spiritual preference. And just make sure that you're protected during this reconciliation of yourself. And then you're going to say to the person 3 statements. Number 1, what I want you to know is, tell them everything you want them to know. You can cry, swear, yell at them, get angry, let all of your emotions out. Number 2 is how this made me feel is. Tell them how it made you feel and all the ways in which it impacted your life. 3, what I've learned from this is. When this is really where the power of the reframing comes from. How has this beneficially impacted your life, perhaps even positively? And if you are ready, you can then state what you are ready to let go of and what you are ready to embrace. I am now ready to let my anger, grief, sadness, or hatred go. I am now ready to be free of this and embrace happier days. I will no longer carry this pain. Last, you're going to take that rock that you were holding in your hands and bury it outside. In the days that follow, light a white candle for yourself and your healing every evening. It can help you to put pictures of relatives or representatives of your ancestral line, spirit, guardians, or God. Make sure to get exercise and movement every day after the ceremony. Drink water, journal, set time aside for your emotions and feelings. Share your feelings with a trusted friend or a therapist and those who are closest to you. It can be helpful to do the meditation in the video that I created called Find the Root of Painful Relationship Patterns and Heal It to help you further to reframe the experience if you are ready for that. Thank you so much for your time today. I hope that this information aids you on your path. If you like this video, please let me know by liking it and commenting below. You can subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram, which is Monica Yearwood _.